Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing another episode of my Game Pass Gold series, which I feel a bit weird about doing now because Xbox and Microsoft have been shutting down loads of studios, cancelling loads of games and costing a lot of people their jobs. So talking about the Game Pass in a good light is a bit weird, doesn't feel right, but I'm going to carry on because there's a lot of games to get through on the Game Pass, and there's new games every month. So it's a nice little series to do as I'm working on my next video on my main channel, which if you've discovered my second channel here, please go and subscribe to my main channel. I'm almost at 300 subscribers, and my new video will be out next week, and it will relate to the video I'm doing today, which is of course Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, the new remaster of the classic Tony Hawk games. Obviously we had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 5 years ago, which that's crazy. Like, time is a scary concept. That game is now 5 years old. I remember playing that for the first time and I was absolutely obsessed with that game, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought when this one got announced, I was super excited. I could not wait to play it, and yeah, I've played it now, and yeah, it's a little disappointing, but I'm going to get through all of that today. I'm going to talk about all that. But yeah, thank you so much for the support on this channel and the main channel. And yeah, very soon, well, next week, I will have my Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2 retrospective video out. So look out for that. And yeah, so a lot of Tony Hawk going on right now from someone who's never tried to even push a skateboard down a road. I'm going to be talking about a lot of skateboarding games, so yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to point out is I didn't even realise that this game is made by a completely different studio than the last game. The last game was made by Vicarious Visions, and because they did such a great job and made such a good game, they got shut down. So yeah, I mean, if you want to stay open as a developer for Activision, you might as well make a mediocre game and release it the same game every single year with some stupid microtransactions, and you'll stay open. Never release a good game for Activision or EA or any AAA developer because you'll get shut down. But yeah, sadly Vicarious Vision got shut down, and this game was shelved, and we didn't know if it was ever going to be released. But then is it Iron Galaxy, I think I want to say, took over, and that's who's made this game. I didn't even realise it was a different developer, but when I realised that, I was a bit worried. I was a bit concerned that this game would be not up to the standard that the last one was, and to be honest with you, it does feel like that when I play it. And the first thing I want to get out of the way is the game is absolutely stunning. It looks great. The art style isn't completely realistic. It's not going for realism like a Skate 3 would. I say Skate 3, not Skate, because the new one looks fucking atrocious. But it tries to have this sort of cartoony look to it, which I think suits the gameplay and the game style, because there's a lot of wacky things you get up to in a Tony Hawk's game. You know, you cause earthquakes and do all this other nonsense. So obviously the game's not going to take itself too seriously, and the graphics are pretty good, especially in the airport stage. It looks amazing, like the reflections, the lighting. It looks really good. It's a really good looking game, and obviously compare it to the originals, it obviously blows it out of the water. But yeah, other than that, I can't complain about the way it looks. It does have a bit of a cartoony look to it, but that's fine. It suits the game, it suits the gameplay style, and yeah, I cannot complain. The graphics look great. As for like Creator Skater and the skaters in the game, there is a shit ton of pro skaters to choose from. It's almost like having a fighting game roster at your hands. There's so many. I mean, just look at this screen. Look how many there is. The game doesn't actually force you to make a Creator Skater. I'm pretty sure you had to make a Creator Skater in the original. I don't know, but the game doesn't even like say, hey, time to make your player. You have to like find it in the menus. But yeah, there's a lot of pro skaters to choose from. There's secret characters you can unlock by just playing the game. You don't have to pay extra money to unlock these characters. I think there's I forget which Ninja Turtle it is. I think it's Michelangelo or Raphael. I don't know the other two. But you can unlock a Ninja Turtle. You can unlock Bam Margera. There's the Doom character, but that's a DLC, like Ultimate Edition content. But you can unlock them too by just playing the game, earning cash. And I love that about this game. It's a very classic way of looking at unlockables. You're not just expected to pay an extra £20 for the season pass to get all the DLC and all the new characters. the game just wants you to play the game to unlock these characters and stages and like effects. I was going to say, I think there's some stages missing. I don't know if you unlock that by playing the game. Like the stage on the boat, I forgot what it's called. Is it the cruise ship? That one seems to be missing, and I'm sure I've seen gameplay of it. And I can't find it in the level select screen anywhere. So maybe someone in the comments down below can tell me if I unlock that after completing the game. Again, I've only played a few hours of it. I've not went in depth with it. I haven't really had the time. But yeah, it seems like some stages are missing. I don't know if I have to unlock them by completing the game, which if I do, that's great, because I love games that give you objectives to reach by playing through the game. Like, you're not just given everything all at once. You have to actually work towards unlocking new stages and stuff like that. So yeah, the way you unlock characters and secret clothing items and stuff is traditional gaming way. I don't know, I can't speak, I've not got a script in front of me, but I love that about this game, that you're unlocking stuff by just playing the game. So that's 2 thumbs up from me for that. I almost forgot to talk about the character customization, the character creator. It's very bare bones. You don't really get to mess around with your player's face, or change the size of their ears or the nose or the jaw. It gives you like a template for a face, and then you can change the hairstyle, the facial hair, and then the clothing items. There's not a lot to play around with. It is a bit bare bones, but I mean, it's not that bad. You can create your own character, but there's a lot of pro skaters out there, so if you're a pro skater fan, you probably pick one of your favourite pro skater instead. But yeah, the character creator is very bare bones. There's a lot of clothing items though, a lot of licensed stuff from like Adidas and New Balance, I think. I've probably just made that up, but Vans and stuff, all in there. Everything a skater boy would wear, it's there. I don't think there was like Nike SB though, which I'm a bit disappointed about, because I was looking for the Nike SB stuff. It's not in there. But yeah, clothing wise and your skateboard customization wise, it's great. But in terms of actually designing your character, the way they look, it's a bit bare bones. So just be aware of that. Creator Park's also in here as well, but I haven't really played around with it. It's not really my thing. I'm not that imaginative. So you can look up other people's creations. So whatever anyone else has made, you can look them up. A lot of them at the minute are just people saying, oh, 1,000,000 points glitch and stuff like that, just so you can, I don't know, upgrade your player or just unlock certain achievements, which when people do that, I don't care. I just want some great, fun stages to play, rather than, oh, 1,000,000 combo glitch. I don't care. Just give me like unique stages that people have made up and come up with. So you kind of have to search for all them, because they're hidden behind all the shitty glitch maps, which I'll call them. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will come up with some very fun stuff to play around with. So even if you complete the game and you're bored of the stages you're playing, that's there. So that's always a bonus to have. In terms of the stages, I think there's some new ones. I think Water Park's new. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's very unique. It kind of reminds me of there's a custom Call of Duty zombie map called Water Park, which it kind of reminds me of that. I haven't played a lot of that map yet, but I am going to look back at it. I think there's some more new stages. Again, I didn't grow up with Pro Skater 3 and 4, so I don't know what's new and what's old. I'm more of a Underground 1 and 2 person, so if there is some maps missing or if there's some new maps, I'm a bit unaware. I know like the basic ones like Alcatraz and Airport and what's another one, like LA and Tokyo as well. I know like the main ones, but yeah, the stages aren't bad. They all look great. They all feel just as good as they did back then. They flow just as well. But yeah, like I say, it does feel like there's some maps missing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just need to unlock them. But yeah, and they've got a few new maps, like I said, as well. So it's not bad. You're not getting ripped off. You're not getting like 4 stages from each game and then they've just put them together. You're still getting a lot of levels to play around with. So gameplay wise, it's a bit tricky. Get it? Tricky, because you do tricks on a skate. Never mind. See, this is what happens when I don't have a script. I fall apart. I don't know what that was then. But yeah, gameplay wise, it is a bit tricky because I've been playing Underground 1 and 2 the last couple of weeks, and because they're sort of technically newer games in the series, you can get off the skateboard, you can do certain moves that you can't do on these games. Like there was certain challenges I was trying to do, in the campaign on this, where I was trying to get off my skateboard and I realised I'm not playing Underground 1, so I can't do that. But it feels responsive, it feels smooth, it doesn't feel laggy or anything like that. It's the great Tony Hawk's gameplay you'd expect from a game like this. But yeah, I don't know, it's a bit strange because I've been playing them sort of newer games in the series that have new mechanics. It's weird to go back to this, even though it's a new game, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's still tons of fun. It's still the same old Tony Hawk's gameplay that you'd expect from a Tony Hawk's game. So there's nothing to complain about in terms of gameplay. It's still just as good as it has ever been. Now it's time to talk about the real problem with this game, and that is, of course, its campaigns. Now, the original 1+2 remake was perfect. It was fine. The way that the campaigns are set up in those games is each stage you have about 2 minutes to complete as many challenges as possible, and then you just replay the stages to try and get all the challenges complete. And it was a fun way to keep these small sized maps and just keep replaying it and it feeling fresh every time you play it, because you're trying to do different challenges, you're trying to look for different collectibles. But yeah, so what happened with 3, I don't know about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I'm pretty sure it still had the 2 minute limit. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment down below if I'm wrong. But I know Pro Skater 4, the challenges were a lot more open. The map was just open to you. You'd go up to characters and do like challenges or goals for them. So it was a bit more explorable. But for some reason in this game they've just made it into the old game's way of doing things. So you do 2 minute runs in each map. But obviously the Pro Skater 4 maps are built for you to explore a bit more and look around a lot more because they're bigger maps. But the game still expects you to do everything in like 2 minutes, or try and collect the skate letters or collectibles or do certain challenges, where it really makes sense for the map to be more open and, you know, do missions the traditional way. The reason this is such a disappointing thing is because it makes 3+4 feel just like 1+2. Like, this feels like DLC for that game. It doesn't feel like its own unique version. Like, I think there was 3 years between Pro Skater 1 and Pro Skater 4 when they released like the originals, and there was so much difference in like 3 years, and they released every single year, and they're completely different games. But you compare 1+2 to 3+4, 5 years between them, and it's like playing the same game. It is like playing DLC. It just feels like an add-on. It doesn't feel like its own unique experience, which I think that's why everyone's so disappointed by it. That's why I'm disappointed by it, because when I played the first remaster back in 2020, I was excited. I could not wait to play that game. And then this, I was the same. I was excited. I couldn't wait to play it. And I played it, and I was like, oh, I've played this before. This is just 1+2 with a few extra maps. It's DLC. That's all it is. And that's the only real downfall, is that the campaigns just don't feel fleshed out like they should be. Like, they're sequels to those games, so they should have a bit more going for them, but they don't, and it just feels like an add-on for 1+2, which I think this should have been. Just add these maps to 1+2, make it a DLC, and you could probably could have charged the same amount for this game. But yeah, it's just disappointing. I'm quite disappointed with it. I'm sure a lot of people are. It's a fun game, but you know, it's not as fleshed out as I thought it would have been for a game that's, you know, trying to emulate what those sequels had compared to what the old games had. Like Pro Skater 1 and 2 were big on like the PS1 and the N64, which were very limited, but then 3 and 4 were big on the PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube. Obviously those consoles had more, like, a lot more going for them, and they could do a lot more. This feels like they've tried to copy Pro Skater 3 and 4, which were ported to the PS1. It feels like it's trying to copy them instead of copying the PS2 versions or the Xbox versions. That's a bit disappointing. There's something missing. That's what it feels like. There's something missing from this game. So overall, I don't think it's a bad game. It's a lot of fun to play. If you're a fan of the Pro Skater series, you won't be disappointed that much. But still, it feels like there's something missing, and it doesn't feel like a fully fledged new game in the series, in the remastered series. Would I pay full price for it? No, I would have been disappointed if I paid full price for this. I'm glad I've got it on Game Pass. Obviously, if you have Game Pass, you can play it for free. If you got PlayStation or Nintendo, I'd wait for it to go on sale because it is quite disappointing. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but it is really disappointing to play because like we've been waiting 5 years for this and it wasn't worth the wait. So yeah, wait for it to go on sale. But if you have got it on Game Pass and you're a fan of the Tony Hawk series, play it. You'll probably have the same feelings as me, but you don't pay for it, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm just disappointed. It is a shame, but hopefully the Iron Galaxy don't get shut down and the next remaster will be Underground 1 and 2. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. I could imagine the absolute backlash that they would get if they released Underground 1 plus 2 and it was just the same maps from those games, but you just do the 2-minute time limit and just do like collect the skate letters, do a combo, and the backlash on that would be mental. But hopefully if they ever do an Underground 1 and 2, they do it justice and make it stick to the source material in terms of like the campaigns, like the story mode. Like they're so fleshed out in those games compared to the Pro Skater series. And if they ever do a remaster, they need to stick to that original formula for it to work. So hopefully they do. And speaking of Underground 1 and 2, I spoke about it earlier in the video. That will be my next main video on my channel, on my main channel. So please go and subscribe to that channel. Please subscribe to this. But yeah, keep an eye out for that video. I am working hard on it as we speak. I'm just fine-tuning some things in the edit just to get it ready for next weekend. It was supposed to be released this weekend, but because I'm talking about both games, it's been a nightmare to try and record it all and get it all ready for this week. So next week it will definitely be out. But yeah, please go and check out my main channel. Please subscribe. I'm like 8 subscribers away from 300. So please go over there, hit the subscribe button, and please like this video. Comment down below what you think of Pro Skater 3+4 or what your thoughts on the series overall. But yeah, that's it for this week on this channel. Next week obviously I'll be uploading on my main channel, and then the week after that I will be back to the games to play before GTA series, which will be Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a game I haven't played in about 15 years, so that's going to be fun to play. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support on both channels. Again, please go and subscribe to my main channel. It really helps me out a lot. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Not much else to say. Please go and check out the rematch video and the Watch Dogs video I did the last few weeks. And yeah, please support the channel in any way you can, and of course the main channel. But that is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again for all your support, and as always, I'll see you when I see you.